Actually, it's my first time being a part of a meeting that's at the infancy of creating the product. My usual role is maintaining whatever product has already been in our environment for a certain amount of time, but it's new for me introducing something new and creating it from scratch.
I think apprenticeships in the past were really focused on labor, people who were learning a trade. And so bringing the idea of apprentices into a professional track or professional career, I think is really starting to understand that education plays one role in terms of formal school, but having people who come into the workplace and actually do the job while they're learning their education, it's kind of a reciprocal process of I'm learning, but I'm applying it, and then I'm understanding what the gaps are in terms of what I need to do the job, and I'm learning that in school.
Never forget the first time I sat down with our finance lead with an IT to better understand our budget for next year, and I get a message from Trinity an hour before it says, "Do you mind if I join your finance call in an hour? It's probably going to be boring, but sure, have at it." And we've kind of developed this rhythm then of if there's anything that's going on that either she hasn't had exposure to in the past or just they want to learn more about, yeah, come on.
I have been able to sharpen those technical skills for computer science and technology, but also those soft skills of resilience, intellectual curiosity, drive, all of those core values that I've held before, I was able to sharpen them. And then I was able to escalate those skills into other positions through networking and going from different job positions to understand what my true passion is within careers.
Last week was kind of like a team meeting on what the team is going to be working on, what projects for next year. So I kind of got to align some things to assist and help. So I'm excited for that.
She's very hungry to learn. I think it's the beginning of her career and she's willing to jump in. Obviously she's going to school and working at the same time, but that, doesn't hinder her excitement, her, drive to understand the business and understand, what it's like to work in the corporate environment.
My life has changed, I would say drastically. Just because before I was working 2 jobs and also going to school, so it was a little bit difficult for me to handle the homework. Now that I'm in the Aon Apprenticeship Program, I do have a better work-life balance. So at night, I go to school Tuesday and Thursday, and then during the day, I do work. And then on the weekends, I have more free time to study more and to also spend time with my friends and family.
We are really looking forward to the apprentices now moving into more of a full-time position. So moving, having graduated from the associate's degree, moving into spending more time on career development. And just personally, very excited about the opportunities that are going to come across their desks and the opportunities they're going to have to develop their career within our firm.
We're a business of people. Our job is to connect with companies or governments or entities around the world to determine what is their risk and how do we help them offset their risk to run their business. And the more diverse opinions that you have around the table, diverse sets of experience, you're going to come up with a better solution. And so if we look at hiring from a larger pool of talents, then we're inevitably going to be a company that serves a greater number of clients in a way that is more holistic and more complete.
Since I'm in talent acquisition, I think the biggest thing has just been the ability to hire someone. When I hired my first person, I was like, I actually made a significant impact in this person's life. So I think, and that was within the first couple weeks of being here. My manager trusted me enough to put together an offer letter and to do all this stuff. So I think hiring people, I wasn't expecting to actually come in and make an impact so soon.
Yeah, I think the excitement when we're recruiting the next class of apprentices is really cool to see as a manager, just to see the energy around all of the apprentices in Asia as well. When we're going out on campus and bringing future apprentices in, they're all incredibly involved with that process, and just seeing the excitement for them to share this experience with other students is awesome to see.
I've been really fortunate with the teams that I've worked on. I've gotten to transfer teams, so I started off in the experienced hire side, then moved to learning and development, then learned to campus recruiting. So I think transitioning to those teams and each moment that I have where I'm like, this clicks. Like I understand what I'm doing. I understand what value I can bring to this team. So I think each of those moments has been a real highlight, just to be like, wow, I am doing something to benefit the team.
So the growth opportunity is really endless, and that's what we want to work with them on after they're finishing the initial 2 years. Where do you want to go and where do you see yourself? Because those first 2 years are learning the firm and learning a specific part of the firm. But if they show up and they perform and they get the grades and get their associate's degree, we have the jobs and opportunities across our solution lines and even across geographies to really open the doors for them in terms of what they could do with what they're learning. And I think that's the beauty of the program. It doesn't stop at those 2 years. There's kind of limitless possibilities for them in terms of their career at Aon.
We're making those educational lessons life lessons, and I think that's one of the things that makes an apprenticeship program incredibly valuable.
Some advice that I would give to a future apprentice is to have drive and understand where your passions lie. You don't have to understand what career path you're supposed to take, because you shouldn't be bound down by society's expectations of you. You should understand what you desire, what path you would like to take, what makes you happy. That is the success that you'll get at the apprenticeship, is understanding yourself first and then applying it to other people.